Hey governor. Hey governor, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking vlog video. We've done a lot of vlogs about Gamera, and we've even done some vlogs about Gamera in the Monsterverse. I've vlogged about Gamera in the Monsterverse before, I think both on this channel and on the main channel. And I always say that Gamera is perfect for the Monsterverse because it's like Gamera is a protector of the balance and stuff, and that's kind of what the Monsterverse kaiju are. But I wanted to take that idea a bit further today and actually make Gamera a bit different, because our Monsterverse Godzilla, who hopefully will still be allowed to be in the Monsterverse, because with the way GVK ended, the Monsterverse can't exist without Godzilla. It's built entirely around him either way, no matter who won. So for the Monsterverse to really continue, Godzilla has to continue within it. So hopefully they can, renew and get us some more Godzilla. I'm always happy for more Godzilla. Plus, I want to do a vlog on the differences between like American and Japanese Godzilla portrayal. But there we go. There we go. Okay. So, the whole idea of Gamera in like the Heisei trilogy is balance, right? Gamera's kind of maintaining this balance. He does want to protect humans, and he has a literal, like, kind of mystical-ish connection to them via the mana and etc. and the pendants. And even when he becomes disconnected from humanity at the end of Gamera 2, and becomes a bit more violent and stuff, he's still actively protecting them and actively protecting the planet. He's just less human-focused and more planet-focused in Gamera 3. But he kind of learns to, see humans the same way he used to again by the end. So, we also have Showa Gamera and what people like to call Millennium Gamera. I've vlogged about that before. I think the idea of the Millennium Gamera series is stupid, because with Godzilla it makes more sense because it's a separate series from Heisei. It's multiple films. And it's, also started in the year 2000, and then you had Gamera the Brave come out, and they call it the Millennium series just because Godzilla's films from that time frame are called Millennium. But in my mind, Gamera the Brave is part of the Heisei series, right? I just wanted to say that. So we'll talk about Gamera the Brave in just a sec. But the Showa Gamera, like the first two of those movies, Gamera's just a kaiju, kind of. In the first movie, Gamera like takes pity on a little boy and saves him, but in that movie Gamera is still actively destroying human structures to create fire to eat, which is killing humans. And then in the second one, Gamera versus Barugon, it seems like Gamera doesn't even give a fucking shit about people. And then like the Gaussen onwards, he's friend all children, So and the Gamera the Brave is kind of the same way, because it's a Gamera that was raised by a child. So that Gamera is like very protective of humans, specifically children. But it like makes more sense than it does in the Showa series. And Gamera the Brave's a good film. I think people give it shit because it's a baby Gamera, and they see that it's like, they see the main characters are children, and they just kind of assume it's going to be like the Showa ones. It's a great film. It's the perfect blend of Showa and Heisei Gamera. Check out Gamera the Brave. It recently finally got a good re-release, and you can get it for an affordable price as a modern video. Definitely check it out. But I would actually want my Monsterverse Gamera to basically just be Gamera the Brave. So here's my pitch for Monsterverse Gamera. So, like, let's say some siblings, like a pair of kids. Let's call them siblings just so we have an excuse to always be together in the movie, Because if they're friends, then they probably got to go to different houses, at the end of the day. Or maybe they could be, like, in the apartments across from each other in an apartment building if they're friends. But let's just go with siblings to make it easier, So these siblings find a turtle that's maybe like big, like bigger than a dog, maybe like the size of, I don't know, maybe like just the size of a table or something, like bigger than a coffee table, let's say that. And it's injured. This big ass turtle is injured. It's the biggest turtle they've ever seen, bigger than any sea turtle, and it's hurt. And they patch it up. And then they kind of take care of it. Like, while it's injured, they bring it like fruit and stuff to eat, and they like play with it, and they're loving on it, and that kind of gives Gamera a reason to be, you know, protective of the human race a bit more, you know? So then it starts to grow up, right? And eventually the kids and Gamera, they can't really be together anymore. Like, maybe the beginning of this movie starts kind of a little before the San Francisco incident with Godzilla and the Mutos. Like, that happens, and then the world finds out kaiju are real, and the kids are maybe like teenagers at this point or something. I don't know. And they're like, oh no, we absolutely cannot let the world find out about our little Gamera. They need to be the ones to name it Gamera also. They find out, and then, because Gamera starts getting bigger and has been getting bigger all these years, Gamera's just like fucking huge, and they kind of tell Gamera, you gotta go. Like, maybe someone stumbles into the mountain cave where Gamera lives or something. They see Gamera and they like report it to the government, and Monarch's coming to get Gamera. So the kids are like, Gamera, you got to get out of here. You got to go. And like, we see Gamera fly for the first time, and Gamera just takes the fuck off. Gamera just takes the fuck off. And more years go by. Like, King of the Monsters happens. GVK happens. Hopefully Son of Kong happens. I think that would be cool, a Son of Kong remake. I already vlogged about that, I believe. But then the place where those kids grew up, they still live there. You know, as many people do. Just continue to live where you grew up. That's fine. And a kaiju attacks. Like, a kaiju just starts romping around. And Gamera never really left. Gamera always stayed because Gamera kind of maybe like imprinted on these humans, and there's a connection, like some kind of psychic connection, almost like in the Heisei trilogy. Like, Gamera's formed this bond that almost can't be explained. Like, it can feel the people wherever they are, like how Mothra can feel the fairies, you know, in Japanese Godzilla movies. So they have that, and maybe they can do some sci-fi bullshit way to explain it later, but Monster shows up, attacks the city, and then Gamera shows up and is like, don't you fucking touch this city, my friends live here. And Gamera, you know, just fucking beats the crud out of this monster. And this should be like a throwaway monster. This should be an original kaiju that Gamera can kill in a relatively quick battle to establish his power as an adult, right? Things go by, like Gamera, you know, Monarch shows up and is like, all right, we gotta get Gamera out of this city. There's a kaiju in the city, we gotta herd him out. Because even though, you know, the world has kind of become accustomed to kaiju living around them, there's also like, we don't want them in fucking cities, you know? So Monarch's like trying to push Gamera out of the city, and Gamera's just not fighting back 100%. And maybe like the military's going ham on Gamera, but then one person in Monarch, maybe Maddie's dad or something, I don't remember his fucking name, he's like, oh, that monster isn't fighting back. It's just letting us hit it. And then maybe a stray missile heads towards the siblings, who are now adults, who are maybe like on the roof of a building. A missile heads towards it, all right? And those kids are not kids. Those adults are about to get blown up. And Gamera like shoves a hand out, and the missile hits Gamera's hand. And Monarch sees like, holy shit, Gamera just protected those two people. Like, kaiju have gone out of their way to protect, you know, the planet, and Kong has kind of gone out of his way to protect humans. And he did go out of his way to protect an individual human in Skull Island. But that's like a big, rare thing, obviously. That's obviously a big, rare thing. So, you know, Maddie's dad or whoever, new character would also be fine, is like, yo, stop attacking this creature. They bring those two people in because they're like, why would Gamera protect you? They kind of tell the story of, like, taking care of Gamera, you know, raising him and whatnot. And, you know, when Gamera shows up, they can kind of feel Gamera now. Like, the bond really solidifies when they and Gamera are together again. So now they can feel Gamera in whatever location he's in, pretty much. And they can tell, like, what he's feeling. It's like an empathic connection. They can feel each other's emotions and stuff like that. And that's another cool thing, like, because remember I said that I would probably write them as siblings. If you wanted to give, like, a romance angle to the movie, maybe they could be best friends that took care of Gamera together. And then when that empathic connection between the three of them is established, like, they can feel each other's emotions and they fall in love, like childhood friends falling in love, sci-fi kaiju shit. I'm totally 100% down for that. One of my favorite romance movies is actually also a monster movie, Gareth Edwards' Monsters. Check it out. Watch it twice, because it's, you know, it's hard to really absorb the whole thing with only one viewing, but once you watch it the second time, I promise it's fantastic. Oh my god. Gareth Edwards' Monsters is so good. So, you know, they make this connection with Gamera, and then another, like, monster shows up, right? And this monster should be a flying monster. It should be a flying monster, and it should be a kaiju that Gamera has faced before. Now that's basically Gauss. Like, off the top of my head, the only flying Gamera kaiju I can think of is Gauss. But I feel like Gamera's not as well known as Godzilla and Kong. You know? So I feel like maybe to get more people in seats, having an established Gamera monster would be a good idea. But also an original monster, because we just need more original kaiju. You know, part of me is kind of sick of seeing the same kaiju over and over and over and over and over. I don't really need to see Godzilla fight King Ghidorah or Mothra again for a while. He fights them all the time. You know, either bring back some obscure ones or give us new ones. But basically, it would be Gauss. Because Gauss has kind of become Gamera's arch foe. Not for any real reason other than just that's who Gamera's fought the most. There's nothing that really makes Gauss special. It's true. There's nothing that makes Gauss special. Gamera fought Gauss multiple times in the Showa series. Gamera fought Gauss, what, 3 times? Once in Gamera versus Gauss. No, and then there was a Gauss in Gamera versus Guron, but Gamera didn't fight it. It was a Space Gauss, which was just a silver repaint of the Gauss suit to save money, so they didn't have to make another kaiju, which is fine, because I actually think Space Gauss is pretty cool. I think that's a really cool, like, just campy sci-fi idea. That's super dope. So then, that happens. Gauss shows up. It could fucking be a Space Gauss. Make it a silver Gauss. Like, make it a Gauss from space. That would actually be good. Yeah, that actually just hit me. So have a Gauss show up, and maybe the excuse for why Godzilla doesn't come to fight the Gauss is just because Godzilla kind of has a fucking hard time with flying kaiju? You could say that. Like, oh, Gauss fucking never touches the ground or something. And it's so fast that, like, maybe they're like, the Alpha can't hit it with his ray. Like, you just hear them say that like they're tracking it or something. And it's like, so Godzilla can't take down this Gauss, which is an invasive species which has come from space. Yes, I like that, because that's already established it can happen in the Monsterverse. It should be Space Gauss. They can just call it Gauss. They can just call it Gauss. But it should be Space Gauss, just to make it different. Have it be like a cool silver. And that's why it flies fast, because it can fucking fly at light speed outside the atmosphere. Oh, that's fucking dope. That's actually a good idea. That kind of just hit me. I had all this ready to go except the Space Gauss thing. That kind of just hit me as a good idea. But yeah, so Gamera can fight Space Gauss because Gamera can fly. Gamera is an all-terrain fighter. Gamera can fight fucking anywhere. Water? You got it. He's a turtle. You know? And he fucking spins like a UFO. He's got his flight going on because he has his jet boosters. And of course he can just fight on the ground on all fours or on his hind legs. Like, Gamera is an all-terrain fighter, like Varen, who's underrated. Kind of specifically because of that reason. We need more Varen also. But, let's continue. So Gamera, you know, fights Gauss, and it's a hard fight, but like, and maybe Gamera's about to be defeated, but Gamera feels like the worry that his two human friends have for him, and he feels their love for each other and for him, and their hope for humanity, and their fear of Gauss, and that kind of pushes Gamera to new heights or something, kind of maybe a Burning Godzilla style thing. Not a form change, but maybe just like an eruption of energy, and then Gamera's, you know, ready to fight. Kind of like what happened in Guardian of the Universe, and sort of what happened in Attack of the Legion. And then defeats the Gauss. And then there's also a really good Godzilla versus Gamera film idea I have, which I'll make a video on later. Yeah, so, but you do need to check that out, because I will be making my pitch for Godzilla versus Gamera in the Monsterverse in a separate video, maybe even tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a good day for me to do that. But that's it. That's kind of my Monsterverse Gamera movie pitch. Thank you all very much for watching. I know it was a long video, but that's my pitch for a Monsterverse Gamera movie. And if anyone would want to like animate that stop motion, or you know, some like 2D or 3D animation, hit me up. We can collab on it. That'd be fun. But that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time.